Still gone is the starlight. Gone is her playful, twinkling wink. Gone are the living colors she dazzled me with. Gone is the closeness that comes with knowing one's place in the universe. My place, now, is behind the polished wood of the front desk. Its lacquer crusting and yellowing. Shadows fall across dirty ceramic tile and sagging, sweating wallpaper. Dim light from crusty sconces catch the grate holding the elevator doors. It sparkles half-heartedly. A diet, caffeine-free version of the hotel I know. Her personality, her joys, her truth, her self. Covered, obscured, and hidden from me. I almost wish to avert my eyes to protect her modesty, but there is nowhere else to look. Not really. If she wishes to use her customer service voice with me to nod curtly in the halls and sign her correspondence with professionally the hotel, rather than XOXO M, then so be it. If I fail to keep order in her chaos, then I will do what I can to warm her cold shoulder until she opens her arms to me once again. And perhaps return my staff to me. Lonely it was in the vast mountainside resort I waited in. And wait I did. I waited until the phantom walls around me fell and the ice took me. I could still see her starlight then, high above the jagged treetops of the black forest that sprouted up around me. I watched the sky then, an immobile frozen figure among the waiting trees. They fell and bled, and I put the fear from my mind as the stars went out one by one, like candles on a birthday cake. I made a wish before the last one went out. The darkness took me and I strayed out of thought and time, and I dreamt a dream of salvation in a bad land with Hop and Odd.
Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to bother you.
He's here. The guest. I didn't hear him come in. An odd-looking but pleasant enough seeming fellow. Pardon me, sir. I was miles away. I would be delighted to help you with the room now.
Checking in or hardly checking?
He seems to be in no particular hurry. Nor now am I. We smile the same smile for very different reasons at one another, while he signs his name for the last time. Mr. Boyle, this late in the evening I am the only one on staff. Follow me to your room, please.
I understand.
He hums tunelessly in the elevator for the short trip up and the second-story landing. Only 3 doors tonight, and 2 of them are nearly scabbed entirely over. But when I gesture to his pristine door, he hesitates still. He shifts his weight from foot to foot and chews his lip lightly. The melody he hums changes to a possibly recognizable tune, and I know we will be standing here until the decay if I do not act. Begging Mr. Boyle's pardon, I lean over the faded red and gold carpet. I grasp her shiny gold doorknob, warm to the touch, and with my most dazzling and reassuring smile, I gently open room number 3's deep purple door. Mr. Boyle freezes. He stops his idle humming and fidgeting and indeed even breathing. Perhaps he knows he's soon to be free of all these behaviors, and he's trying to get a head start on kicking the habit. But I doubt it. I suspect he stills himself for the same reason the mouse freezes when it senses the hunt is over, to assure as quick and painless a death as possible in the jaws of the serpent. Death is only as quick and painless as the serpent desires in this snake pit, I'm afraid. I say this as I press my hand gently on the small of his back. On that, you can trust me. He snaps his hands and feet to the door frame, and his rigid terror gives way to rigorous trembling. I push harder, firmly increasing the pressure. He grips the hotel tighter around her frame. Something in her wood or his bones cracks thickly. Blood starts dripping down his fingers, running along his arm and down her hinges onto the floor. The wood splinters in his grip and juts through his hands. Hop would have loved this. He strains quietly, but otherwise makes little fuss as his bloody skin and bones are chewed through, and his feet begin to twist out and back, popping and cracking as I push him farther into the small dark room. My arm is nearly straight out ahead of me when his limbs finally give. Buddy Boyle falls silently into the blank beyond, his arms and legs hanging off his torso like loose socks filled with meat and marbles. He leaves behind bloody stains and small flecks of gore, proof he was here, evidence of a job well done. Another satisfied customer. I adjust my shirt cuffs and my jacket sleeves before removing my glasses to clean off the last remnants of Buddy Boyle. As I gently polish the lenses with my pocket square, I look with fresh eyes into the void in room number 3. I let the carpet and the wallpaper and the wood and the metal of the hotel fall away around me. Rubbing circles hard enough to nearly pop the glass right out of my spectacles, I stare into her abyss, devoid still of any starlight. And once again, make a wish.
The hotel is small tonight. Behind me, I know the walls of the hotel are still pulsing and bruised. The guest is already here. The guests are always already here. I can hear them roaming around the lobby. I'm not going out there. I don't care who the guest is. Not like it has anything to do with me anyway. A guest checks in and I try not to die. I die anyway. They die anyway. We all die anyway. Die in here, die out there, die in the rooms, die checking in, die, dead. So I'm decorating my supply closet instead. A small, pale white and green stem pokes up through the wet and rotten floor. I hung this bag, most of a bag, from a rusty pipe poking through the wall above it. It doesn't hold things very well, but I like the pink letters on it. Red water drips out of the pipe and through the bag and drops little plats down on the tiny leaves. I've never gotten to try and keep something alive before. My vermin, piles of rodents and bugs and horror, swarms in the corner, passing the time with me and tending to one of its bigger rats, dead and petrified or stuffed on a shelf by the bag.
Hey, check it out.
I put a new party hat
on the rack. Come on, it's his birthday.
I nod and smile at them. This room is dark and wet and always filthy. It smells like harsh cleaning chemicals I never use, except for the mop bucket, which smells like more than one dead body has dissolved in it. But no one else wants to come in here, so that makes it mine. The water stops trickling out of my pipe. my garden will starve. No, this will not do. I give the tip a flick, and the pipe shudders, knocking dust off the wall. But no water comes out. Instead, a scrabbling, scratching noise comes out like a howl. The pipe shudders again and droops, spilling a trail of water out in a drizzle. The wet edges look loose and malleable, and something shiny wriggles its way out. The pipe bulges and creaks and strains as a fat, golden beetle works its way out of the tip. It's using its horn, tipped with a wide circle, to dig its way to me in a panic. It wriggles most of the way out, and something inside of its gold round body dings like dull metal. It lands with a thud onto my garden, feet kicking up out of the dirt to try and right itself like its life depends on it. Hey! Sorry. Didn't mean to bother you. What the Maybe it's because he opened my door. Maybe it's just because he's a guest, but immediately, this guy sickens me. He looks callow and simple. But the reason I don't just reach up and pull the door closed in his face, the reason I stand up and push past him into the hotel herself, is the lobby. My lobby is burnt. The front desk is almost still standing, but the wood is flaking off of charred flesh and gray husks. Brass glints dully beneath the soot covering the elevator doors. Her skin has curled and burnt away, revealing walls and ceilings so carbon black that it would look like staring up into the night sky. Except there's no starlight, so it just looks like the void. Sometimes she likes to dress down, make us work in the damp or the dark. Lobbies and rooms that should be condemned but still have guests checking in for some reason. For some reason. But beyond and beneath and throughout, the lingering smoke in the crumbling wood is something like death. Burnt hair sticks out from the corners of the ceiling in dark clumps. The walls are bubbled, bumpy, melted messes beneath the soft ash. The elevator is aching. I pick up a piece of the crumbling front desk and something wet and putrid leaks out.
Checking in or hardly checking?
He's just staring at me with that big, dumb grin on his face. Like he doesn't see the smoke or the blood. Like he doesn't know he's in danger. So damn easy for them. The privilege of ignorance. You can see it in their relaxed movements, the volume of their voice when they squawk at you. There's something easy in it, something light. It's almost not their fault. How could they know They get to just walk into a building and check in. Start asking questions, making demands. It's nothing to them. Every moment we live in pain and fear, and they come in here and ask, just a little too loud, how the heck I'm doing.
I will show him how I'm doing.
His obnoxiously relaxed demeanor doesn't change as I step toward him with purpose. I barely notice. He holds his arms out and I take him in mine. With one squeeze, I force all the air from him. If his mouth wasn't right next to my ear, I wouldn't be able to hear his small wheezing gasps. I squeeze harder and feel his ribs pop one by one. He grips my red uniform roughly. I understand. We lock eyes. And I squeeze again. Hard this time. But I only manage to push tears out of my eyes in thick plaits that drop onto his shoulder until his head falls back limply and his arms fall loose by his side. I don't stop. I can't ever stop. She won't let us. Even as she rots, sick or worse all around us, I don't think it will ever stop. So I squeeze my eyes shut, and I squeeze the guest more, and his body pulps in my hands. After not very long at all, there is nothing left of Buddy Boyle, except his clothes in my hands, and his blood covering my body. Left alone in silence, I turn what's left of him over in my shaking hands. I can't tell which of us felt the most sadness. I don't think I particularly care anymore either. I drop my arms and let whoever is in my hands plop to the hot ashen floor before I'm yanked away once again to the dark place with someone else.
Created by Veronica, California and Mark Whitten. Produced by Veronica, California and Jay and Ibis. Written by Veronica, California. The Manager, Kelly Nienaltowski. The Lobby Boy, Mark Whitten. The Owner, Graham Rowat. The Bellhop, Rissa Montañez. The Concierge, Damon Alums. The Auditor, Bailey Wolfe. And Christa Lewis. Music by Lauren Picorni and West Rodri. Special guest composer, Zach Tatom-Drake. Art direction by Izzy filthyguts Chavez. Staff writer, Lily Bensinger. Associate producers, Mark Whitten and Pacific Obadiah.
The cognac burns on its way down. More than perhaps it should, but it's getting colder out there, so I don't mind it. We travel through a dark wood in a train carriage I finally feel at home in. Expensive layered rugs cushion our feet. A bartender cleans crystal glasses behind a rosewood bar top. A snooker table rests unused by the Burgundy Chesterfield hop has claimed. She's devised a game to play to pass the time. The Auditor touches her, and she must guess where. I'm not sure how she keeps score. There's no way for her to know if she's guessed right, or if the Auditor is even here with us. Wherever here is. I swirl my heavy glass absent-mindedly and return my attention to the passing forest. This vista has remained unchanged since the mountain. White snow sparkling blue in the strange moonlight. The trees look black in the night, and perhaps they do during the day as well. But we wouldn't know. Only the rising wind and growing snowy dunes have marked any notable passage of time. As if I had summoned it with no more than a daydream, the tree line gives sudden way to a pasture. I can see the valley and the snow. A clearing dotted with dead trees to be sure, but fewer. Much fewer. Many of them just stumps. And I can see now the snow is sparkling with the gray light of distant dawn. And with this new light I see also... figures? I set my glass down to clean my glasses and get a better look. They're clearing the valley. These men. I can't see their faces, but they have axes, hammers, saws, each one of them. They drag the trees away for some purpose I can't divine, but my head tingles when I look at them. I can feel them in my bones. The wind blows more bitterly without the trees to cut it. I feel suddenly as if I'm intruding, witnessing some private moment. And good taste require I should remember my drink and get back to it. But one of the tree stumps catches my eye. It stands roughly the height of the approaching workers with their cutting implements. But something about it. It's me. No more than a frozen figure, iced over and like some tin woodsman, stuck staring at the night sky. I half rise from my armchair, mouth already open in protest, but the men with their axes and tools walk right by me. They cut the forest down and drag its ancient logs to the place it will finally begin. But I am already right where she wants me. Frozen in her valley, her own little bug encased in amber, drinking on a train nearing the end of her line. And only she knows where else I am. My bellhop gives me a thumbs up, informally asking if I'm all right. I nod warmly and ease myself back into my chair. Yes, I think everything is exactly where it's supposed to be. I hold up my glass to the slender bartender. He nods his slender face and his curly black hair bobs over his round glasses as he brings me another 3 fingers of Brugerol.
It really does take the edge off.
As we are driven deeper into the cold, I sense we are nearly, if you'll pardon the term, out of the woods. And I suspect when the dawn rises, we will arrive, finally, at the place it will be.